The morning sun rises over the complex, bustling township of KwaMashu, but the visual warmth of the day cannot mask the heavy tension settles over its residents. Long-standing conflicts begin to bubble over as prominent figures find themselves navigating deep, complex emotional minefields. Neighbors whisper at the local spaza shops, sensing that the fragile peace-maintaining order within the community is rapidly fracturing from within. Beneath the surface of everyday life, old rivalries are quietly being reignited by individuals desperate to reclaim their lost authority and social standing. Every glance exchanged on the dusty streets carries a hidden weight, suggesting that alliances once thought to be solid are now shifting like sand. The air is thick with anticipation, and even the normal, familiar sounds of the neighborhood seem muted by an impending sense of change. Key decision-makers gather in quiet corners, planning their next tactical moves while attempting to predict the actions of their most unpredictable adversaries. No one is truly safe from the creeping influence of the underworld, which continues to stretch its dark, cold fingers into the lives of honest citizens. As the hour progresses, the distinction between loyal friends and disguised enemies becomes dangerously blurred, leaving many to wonder who they can genuinely trust. The stage is set for a dramatic unfolding of events, where a single misstep could easily trigger a massive, destructive chain reaction across the entire community. Everyone stands on high alert, waiting for the first major spark to ignite. Lilly finds herself locked in a profoundly difficult, exhausting battle as she tries to piece her life back together after recent traumatic events. Every single forward step she takes seems to be met with a frustrating, unexpected roadblock that completely tests her emotional resilience and inner strength. The journey toward true healing is far from linear, and the heavy emotional weight of her past decisions continues to cast a long, dark shadow over her current choices. Friends offer words of comfort, yet a deep, persistent sense of isolation remains rooted within her heart as she faces the quiet rooms of her home. Meanwhile, other community members look on with a mix of genuine empathy and detached curiosity, wondering if she will successfully find her footing again. The path to recovery requires her to confront uncomfortable truths about her surroundings, forcing a painful reevaluation of the people she once considered her closest confidants. Every conversation feels like an uphill struggle, as she carefully navigates the spoken and unspoken expectations of a judgmental society. Despite the overwhelming pressure pushing against her spirit, a quiet, flickering spark of determination keeps her moving forward through the emotional haze. She understands that the process of rebuilding a shattered life cannot be rushed, nor can it be achieved without facing the deep scars left behind by previous conflicts. The town watches her journey, recognizing that her personal fight reflects a much larger struggle for survival. Deep within the shadows of the local territory, a strategic and highly dangerous game of chess is currently being played by powerful underworld figures. Nkunzi remains an absolute force to be reckoned with, refusing to take any chances regarding his dominance over the lucrative local operations. He moves with calculated precision, executing subtle yet powerful maneuvers designed to tighten his formidable grip on the area while keeping his nervous rivals completely off balance. The delicate balance of power is constantly threatened by these aggressive actions, causing smaller criminal factions to scramble frantically for cover and reassess their current strategies. Whispered meetings take place in dimly lit warehouses, where tense men discuss the rapidly changing landscape of the KwaMashu illegal trade networks. The fierce competition for control creates an atmosphere of extreme paranoia, where a single whisper of betrayal can result in immediate, severe consequences. Every player in this high-stakes game knows that showing even a hint of vulnerability could mean total financial and social ruin. As strategic boundaries are redrawn, the pressure on independent operators intensifies, forcing them to choose sides in a conflict they desperately wanted to avoid entirely. The underground economy throbs with a tense energy, signaling that the current hierarchy is far from permanent. True authority is a fleeting concept here, fiercely defended by those who hold it, and desperately craved by those standing in the cold shadows. Nanka stands at a major, defining crossroads in her life, wrestling with the immediate, heavy aftermath of a truly massive personal decision. The choices made in moments of intense pressure have a strange way of altering one's destiny permanently, a reality she is now forced to face. The community around her reacts with a mixture of shock and intense scrutiny, making it incredibly difficult for her to find a peaceful moment to think. Every path laid out before her seems to be fraught with significant risk, requiring her to balance personal desire against family expectations. She walks through the familiar streets with her head held high, yet her eyes reveal the profound inner turmoil tearing at her thoughts. Family members offer conflicting advice, their well-meaning words often adding more confusion to an already volatile, highly complicated situation. The realization that she cannot please everyone weighs heavily on her mind, forcing her to look inward for the strength required to stand firm. As the day unfolds, the consequences of her recent actions begin to manifest in unexpected ways, touching the lives of those she cares about most deeply. She must quickly learn to navigate this new reality, adapting to the cold truth that some bridges, once burned, can never be fully rebuilt again. Her choices ripple outward, forever altering her path. Mbatha continues his relentless, frantic hustle through the neighborhood, driven by a desperate need to salvage what remains of his ruined financial state. His standard charm and elaborate eloquence are put to the ultimate test as he attempts to convince skeptical residents to invest in his latest schemes. The web of deception he has spun over the months is beginning to show signs of serious structural wear, leaving him increasingly vulnerable to exposure. Every interaction is a delicate performance, a carefully choreographed dance designed to keep his creditors at bay while he searches for a grand breakthrough. Despite the growing skepticism from those who know his history well, his absolute refusal to accept defeat keeps him actively scheming in the margins. He moves from one venue to another, tailoring his pitch to match the vulnerabilities of his targets, completely unbothered by the ethical implications of his actions. The pressure of mounting debts and fading influence forces him into increasingly erratic behavior, testing the patience of his few remaining allies. He perceives himself as a misunderstood visionary, a man simply doing what is absolutely necessary to survive in a harsh, unforgiving economic environment. Yet, the walls are slowly closing in around his elaborate operations, threatening to dismantle the grand illusion he has worked so incredibly hard to maintain. As the evening shadows lengthen across the township, the various separate narrative threads begin to weave closer together, creating a complex tapestry of human drama. The choices made by Lilly, Nanka, and Mbatha hang heavily in the twilight air, their ultimate outcomes remaining tantalizingly uncertain for the time being. The community of KwaMashu prepares for the coming night, fully aware that the challenges faced today will inevitably reshape the landscape of tomorrow. Small victories are quietly celebrated behind closed doors, while grand strategies are continuously refined in anticipation of future conflicts. The resilience of the human spirit is displayed through every character's ongoing struggle to find meaning, stability, and power within their chaotic environment. No simple answers exist for the intricate problems plaguing these intertwined lives, ensuring that the daily journey remains filled with intense discovery and personal growth. The sun sets completely, leaving the township illuminated by the artificial glow of streetlights and the enduring hope of its vibrant, indomitable inhabitants. Each individual retires to their quarters, reflecting on the lessons learned during these turbulent hours while mentally preparing for the inevitable challenges that daylight will surely bring. The story of survival continues to unfold passionately, driven by the unstoppable momentum of human ambition, deep love, and the eternal quest for redemption within a constantly changing world.